to be all over the place and
Yeah, to
socialize
all
too
over
much. Yeah,
socialize too much. Yeah,
that's
that's
true. Once we find peace within ourselves, we stop finding it outside. Once we find happiness within ourselves, then we stop searching for happiness in external things. We feel so good just by ourselves, maybe surrounded by our family and a couple of friends. So that's more than enough, we feel, right? Yeah.
now I have a question for you. What
Yes,
are
please.
you?
I think my personality changes in phases. So
Hmm.
when I was in school, like primary and middle school, I was.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hi Anand, how are you?
Yeah, doing well. How are you
Awesome.
doing?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. So how is today? How is the day treating you?
I think my day has been great. My day has been wonderful so far. I'm doing good.
Hmm.
Mm,
Fantastic. I think it reflects on your face today. You're looking very happy and jovial. So great. Good going.
thanks.
So Anand, can you please explain to me how would you define an introvert and how would you define an extrovert?
I think introvert is one who are they do not like to socialize with people. Yeah, that's what make them introvert. Yeah, it's not that they do not have capability, they are not capable enough to do these things.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes intelligent people separate themselves from crowd, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
make them introvert, right? And extrovert is someone who cannot live without people. They will have to get into group to just get any kind of happiness or enjoyment or rejoice, whatever you can tell them, right? So that's a separation between introvert and extrovert. But after all, I'm not supporting either introvert or extrovert. People should be
Mm-hmm.
situation bird. You should know your best, that what what you have to be according to situation.
Right, true. So basically, we need to be like an ambivert, maybe a person who has the
Yeah, ambivert.
characteristics of
Yeah, right word.
both an introvert and an extrovert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. Would you define yourself as an ambivert?
Yeah, yeah, I told you I'm situation bird kind of people. So
Yeah,
ambivert,
but
yeah,
the
would
word
be
is
the right
ambivert.
word. Yeah, no, word is not a situation bird, but I
Yeah.
have made it situation bird more than ambivert. Somebody would understand this word ambivert or not, but situation
Mhm.
bird they will definitely understand.
Okay, fine. And what are the benefits of being surrounded by extroverts?
I feel like you can learn lots of social skills, like
Mm-hmm.
because we are living in this world and where you have to run your business, you have to earn your living. So
Yeah.
better you are at communication, better you are at communication,
Hmm.
better you are knowing the people, better you are able to socialize with the people, better will be your business, right? So
Hmm.
that's why I feel like this is one of the advantages that you can have living with the extroverts. But after all, as far as your well-being concerned, being extrovert
Hmm.
is not good thing, right? Yeah, I
Hmm.
know if you wanna live your life at certain level,
Yeah.
just you, then it is great. You want to live a narrow life, then it is great to
Hmm.
be a just extrovert. But as far as your own individuality is concerned, growth is concerned, personal introspection is concerned, that
Yeah.
goes towards becoming introvert, right? Because introvert has enough time to think about themselves, to introvert, to
Hmm.
introspect, sorry, introvert, not to introspect, to
Yeah.
retrospect themselves. And that's how they become better at their life, by by exploring themselves, exploring new things, giving time to themselves.
True that, absolutely. And as you had earlier mentioned, introverts are not people who thrive in social situations. They prefer some alone time to think and introspect and all. So a lot of people feel like introverts are not fun to be around. So do you see any benefits of being surrounded by a bunch of introverts? How do you think that would be?
No, like I don't know why people think so, but I
Mm-hmm.
personally believe that introverts are also very funny, but their fun are little more mature than extroverts, right?
Hmm.
So that's why you would be able to understand their fun language or not. That's a different thing. But they are funny, they are happy, and
Yes,
yeah, they might be more happier than the extroverts. Why I'm
true.
telling you this? Because
Mm-hmm.
experiment shows or data shows that the people who are joker are more miserable people in their life. They
Oh,
make you
okay.
laugh. Yeah, the people who are funny are more miserable in their life. Yeah, they
That's
make
such
you,
a sad thing.
they,
Yeah.
yeah, they crack fun for you, but they are very sad within themselves. And it's not I
Hmm.
am telling you, it's just, the data is showing that people
Right.
who are more like joker, and right word I'm looking for,
Hmm.
what that word
Hmm.
is called in this term, right? So they
Humorous.
humorous or like that, they are very sad people,
Hmm.
so that's why they want to something bring out always to make
Yeah.
somebody happy, so they can also
Hmm.
feel sometimes they can also feel happiness for a while with people. But the
Yeah.
people who are very extrovert, who are
Hmm.
rooted within themselves, who have
Hmm.
happiness within themselves, they do
Yeah.
not find any meaning to be so much loud or
Yeah.
extrovert. That's the only meaning.
To be all over the place and
Yeah,
socialize
all
too
of it,
much. Yeah.
socialize so much. Yeah,
That's
that's
true. Once we find peace within ourselves, we stop finding it outside. Once we find happiness within ourselves, then we stop searching for happiness in external things. We feel so good just by ourselves, maybe surrounded by our family and a couple of friends. So that's more than enough, we feel, right? Yeah. Okay, that's great. And is it possible for a person, let's say there is an introvert, okay? Is it possible for that person to change their personality from being an introvert to an extrovert, or people can't change? What do you think?
no. There is always room of changing. One can
Mm.
change from extrovert to introvert. One can change
Okay.
from introvert to extrovert. It
Mm-hmm.
depends on their situation or mindset,
Mm.
like how they are approaching the life. Uh,
Mm.
because I have known the people who has been introvert and they become
Mm.
extrovert in their life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have seen the people who used to be extrovert, funny, so many things, doing
Mm.
lots of stuff, but they became
Yeah.
introvert. It's just matter of time, like whether
Mm.
sometimes some incident, something happens in their life that
Mm.
changes them. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, that's true. And what are some situations in which uh, people aspire to change their personality? I feel like in the professional world, maybe an introvert would try to be a bit of an extrovert to grab attention so that they get the credit for their work. Like this, what situations can you think of where a person would have to change their personality?
You rightly mentioned,
Yeah.
in external words, just
Yeah.
external things work, right? So
Yeah.
if you are introvert, then you have to bring something
Mm.
external, and you have to become extrovert for a while to bring your
Yeah.
business at top, right? Because
Yeah.
everything needs advertisement,
Mm.
so unless you are not an extrovert, you cannot advertise yourself. And extroverts
Mm.
are known by people because of their advertisement, like they
Yeah.
create joke, they always make, available for the people whoever needed
Yes.
him. So that's
Yeah.
why they are very known by the people, they are very fond of
Correct.
people. But one who are
Yes.
extrovert, they are busy in their business, so
Hmm.
that's why they would not be what can I say, like a pet of people. They
Hmm.
have their own business, their own work, they are doing their
Yeah.
they have happiness within themselves, they are enjoying within themselves.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's the reason. But yes, your question is that, yeah, whether we have introvert will have to change into extrovert. Yes, they will
Hmm.
have to change
Hmm.
to spread their business, and I have experienced it. I know it.
Okay, so earlier you're saying you were an introvert, and then because of the nature of your job or your social situation, you had to make a shift.
Kind of, can tell me. Otherwise, always
Hmm.
I was a spot on the point. Whatever the situation is, I'm very good at tackling it. But
Yeah.
yes, as far as my business is concerned, I
Hmm.
know, well, even I do not want
Hmm.
to meet with people, I will have to meet, because my
Hmm.
business would be only running if I'm gonna influence them, I'm gonna bring
Yeah.
them to with me. So that's why I have to
Right.
become extrovert. Even I want to be introvert, but I have
Yeah.
good space for everything, so I can manage things. When I have to be introvert, when I have to be extrovert, and what I have to do according to situation.
Okay, that's very smart of you, and I think that's a good way to be. If you can mold yourself according to the situation, it is the mark of a sensible person. You're not very rigid. You don't feel like, okay, I am like this only and I'll not change. That's not a good mindset in life, right? So, what
Yeah.
you're saying, it's a very sensible thing and great. I'm glad that you have this realization. And do you think one personality type is better than the other? Like extrovertism is better than being an introvert, or introverts are better than extroverts? Would you have this kind of a competition between the two.
Sorry, I was unable to hear you. You were saying
You got a
something, and I
call?
think because of interruption, no, I did not get a call. I had a network issue. Now it is fixed.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. Okay. So I just asked, do you think one personality type is better than the other? Like introverts are better than extroverts or vice versa. So what do you feel?
This is difficult question because everybody enjoys their life in their own way. So I cannot tell you like this, but I feel sometimes that people who were extrovert couldn't impact the world as introverted have done. I mean, but I cannot tell you this because the people who has done something miraculous and their name is in history, they were all birds, right?
Yeah.
So I think they know the situation. They know how to tackle with the situation. That's what.
Yeah.
So being introvert, being extrovert doesn't matter in your life. Just what matters
Mm.
is whether you are capable enough to tackle on the situation or not.
Mm.
You are taking on the things that is coming in your way or not. So
Mm.
personality, both are great at their place.
Mm.
But I will tell you one thing: extrovert people are more impactful
Mm.
on the herd of the people, but extrovert
Yeah.
are impactful also at some.
So yeah, you were saying that people who are extroverts are better at making an impact, and then it stopped.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
are. But introverts are also impactful,
Mm.
but their impact is different from the extroverts. Extroverts doesn't have logic like them,
Mm-hmm.
that depth they that introvert contain within themselves. So I feel like both are impactful. But more
Yeah.
than that, yeah, as far as name fame comes, I think extrovert is better at it.
That's a very good word you said. Some people have more depth to them. Like uh, when you try to talk about, very serious topics. So I think introverts have a very deep perspective on matters. It's not white or black with them. They can also talk about all the gray areas that are there. So that's true. And of course, I think extroverts are always the life of the party. It's fun to be around them. You get recharged when you're with an extrovert. Instantly your mood lifts up. So it's fun to be with them. So yeah, both have their benefits, right? Okay. And a lot of our personality, a major portion of our personality is shaped by our family members, the people that we surround ourselves with mostly. So what about your family? Do you come from a family where people are very, outgoing, very jovial, or people that are very silent and reserved and shy? So what is your family like?
I've never thought about this question before, but you're
Mhm.
asking this question, so now let me think. Yeah, I think
Sure, sure.
my family is just a kind of neutral family, who doesn't have extrovert or introverted lives. Yeah, they are just
Uh-huh.
living their life, and I even don't know how they are living. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't have idea that whether they are extrovert or introvert, but they are
Mhm.
just living. So that's what I can tell you. Now I have a question for you. What
Yes,
are
please.
you?
I think my personality changes in phases. So
Hmm.
when I was in school, like primary and middle school, I was a big introvert. Then
Hmm.
after one of my teachers told me, like, no, you shouldn't be so silent in the class. You should, mingle with others. You shouldn't be so shy. So I took
Hmm.
that advice a little seriously. And then I think from high school till I joined work, I was, as you call, an ambivert. If the situation required, I did become an extrovert and talk to people and mingle with them. Now, because of the nature of my job, since I'm again working online, right, I don't need to be an extrovert. I'm happy being back to my original self, where I'm just reading books, creating art, sitting at my home and talking to you guys. So now I think I'm back to my original introvert self. So yeah, it has
Okay,
changed in
great.
phases. Yeah, that's what it is. But I think when I was in my IT career, because the corporate field is like that, right? It's very competitive. You need to stand out. You
I
can't be like,
understand.
okay, people will recognize my work and give me the credit. You can't be like that. You need to showcase it. So that time I was a big extrovert. That's why.
Yeah, I understand. Otherwise,
Mm.
you will be ragged by your colleagues, seniors in
Yeah.
your colleges. Ragging is the very common thing that is going on everywhere. Yeah. So
Mm.
that's a great thing. You have to be extrovert anyway. If you're
Yeah.
introvert, then everybody will tell you bring a glass of water, do this, that, and that's what is
Yeah.
the thing that going on all over the colleges and everywhere. I
Mm.
know. Because I'm very curious. I know what is going on, what level of society.
Yes, yes, you're very, you have that observation skill, right?
Yeah.
So I know that, I know that. And when I joined work, suddenly I felt a little intimidated and I wouldn't speak much initially when I had joined my work. But there was a really nice senior of mine who would, kind of tease me and push me out of my comfort zone to go and talk to people. So because of him, I started mingling with others. So I've had good people around me. So it helped me a lot. Yeah, and feedback for you, Anand. You were really amazing as always. You have depth in your thinking, in the way you speak. So please retain this side of your personality. Don't change. Keep evolving into a better human being. And your English is great. I don't think you have to change anything about it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. As always, you take a compliment very politely. You don't make a fuss about it. I really like that.
Mhm.